We love, baby. It is the rapping professor, Aaron Smith. FlyNubianQueen.com, FlyNubianKingTV.com. Make sure you listen live or later on, live on. Text Queen to 31996 in the mix. Hit subscribe, like, share. Yeah, that button right there. Another night, and Joe ain't right. He out there smelling hair without a care. Somebody need to find R. Kelly and take Joe there to the same cell. They need to be cellmates, boy. Creepy crime Bill Biden. Creepy crime. Remember when Trayvon Martin, when the girl said call him creepy? Creepy crime Bill Biden. Creepy. Oh my, he's smelling scalps with what you doing, Joe? They got videos of Joe rubbing on people's face. Hannibal Lecter, he rubbing on people's face. If that was your child, oh my gosh, get in the chat right. Something like this, right? So I get out of hand. There you go, right? There you go, Joe. There you go, Joe. Now they be watching them. They be watching them. I don't care how much power somebody got. You better have the power to take your hand off my child. You better have the power to get your nose out my scalp. Creepy crime. Biden is one accuser away from a multi-million-dollar super PAC announcement being completely derailed. I'll play it like baseball. He on strike two, and he done tipped to the side, and one more. What is it? One more again? One more again, Joe. Let Michelle say something. Let Michelle say something. Becoming creepy. The next book. Let Michelle. Now, I bet you ain't touched Sasha Malia like that. You ain't smelled none of that just for me. You ain't smelling that. You ain't smelling that coconut shea butter. Woo! Obama would have jabbed you like Sam Judah. People know who to try. I say all the time, people know who to try and people know who to leave alone. Shouts out, positive. Yes, yes. Black family. He ain't want to know. He was like, let me mess with these white people who might not realize how creepy and crazy I am, because I don't know. Black dad might have got thrown out the White House. Crime Bill Biden. Crime Bill Biden. Joe Biden is creepy. Crime Bill Joe Biden. Joe, creepy crime Bill Biden, otherwise known as creep crime. Creep crime Biden. That's a slang term they use when you're hanging out with the homies on the block. Hey, creep crime. if you make a mixtape, they go call it Creep Crime Volume 1, like Young Thug got the slime. Okay, long story, but the short of the long story is Joe Biden is about to lose his chance to be riding on Obama coattails one last time. We're going to see more of Obama than we have for the past 2 years. We're going to see Michelle. It's another book tour. We're going to see Sasha and Malia. They might even drag out Chelsea because she the last Clinton with some hope. Just make sure you stand to the side of Joe. Chelsea, Sasha, Malia, just keep your head on swivel. Just look for Joe. Just look for Joe. You see Joe coming, you let Joe go. That's it. Let Joe go. Let him go up front, or let him go and retire because he's old as Bernie Sanders was when y'all was calling Bernie Sanders old. Now, some people I talked to today said Bernie Sanders 77 is different than Joe Biden 77. Some people like an in shape, cool, the dude with the gray hair at the gym, but he don't smell like Ben Gay or Brute or Old Spice. He might even use some Burberry. He's a little hip with it, right? Then you got the Bernie Sanders type old. Like Bernie Sanders is the kind of old where like you be like, is somebody sipping on Ensure and smoking a pipe with a corn cob pipe? There's somebody, Bernie Sanders, you Frosty the Snowman, corn cob pipe, Ben Gay smelling, Back to the Future, a DeLorean about to go travel through time professor talking to Michael J. Fox about the flex capacitor hairdo. Okay, let's get serious, y'all. Let's get down to business. They didn't want Joe Biden in office. They set him up. they put them kids in front of Joe Biden. They put extra head and shoulders in them kids' locks. They knew Joe couldn't resist. They said, shea moisture, baby. Shea moisture. We getting Joe out of here. Shea moisture. Oh, Joe said, is that cocoa butter? Joe Biden don't get it at home. Joe Biden ain't never laid next to no cocoa butter. He don't know about pink lotion and jam gel. Joe said, hey, I'm ready to risk it all. I'm ready to risk it all. Next thing you know, now he remind me of Tommy Davis. People used to tell me that. If they're older, they say I look like Tommy Davidson. And if they're younger, they say I remind them of the R&B singer Lloyd. And that's not even that much younger. That's kind of old too. But shouts out to my people, Tommy Davidson. I like when Tommy Davidson was on Martin acting like Arsenio Hall when Martin was doing the Lately with Jodeci and he was crawling around on the floor. And then Tommy Davidson was like, did you miss me? And he came out there doing the Arsenio joke. And then he was like, I thought we was going to do lunch, right? And then Rerun was in the crowd. And he was like, didn't I say we was going to do lunch, right? He said, when we going to do lunch? He's like, never. He said, what would happen if you came to my house to do lunch? I'd probably get sprayed. .com, FlyNubianKingTV.com. Make sure you log on, text with it. Stay in the mix. If you want to get your shopping popping, it's shopfnq.com. This is what I want to know tonight. Are y'all with Joe? Are we pragmatic strategists that say even though sniffed on a couple scalps, even though Joe, this is gonna be the slogan. This is gonna be the slogan. Joe sniffed on a couple scalps, but we still got to get Trump out. Oh my gosh. I ain't a killer, but don't push me. I'd rather smell scalps than grab a bottle. Okay. We back. Joe is going. He's going crazy sniffing on people's kids. What? R. Kelly, Joe Biden, Michael Jackson walk into a bar. Okay, nah, I'm joking. Serious political talk. Serious political talk. We done with Joe? We done? Let me know. Type it in. Type in your top 2 or top 3. Matter of fact, give me president and vice. That's what I need to know. We got somebody who laughed. Salute. Tammy, Royal Dixon, Vanita, everybody. Bray, we up in here. Give me, Kamala's dad said travesty, and the family didn't want to associate with this travesty, and he disassociate from that travesty. So when y'all don't like you, it's hard for me, to think you should be leading the whole nation. Cory Booker was asked about a black agenda, and he said, First of all, what black man laugh like that? Second of all, he gonna spin around a couple of days later and talk about his white friends, and we need to put ourselves in white people's shoes when it comes to racism. I would do a side eye, but my eyes don't go that far to the side, right? So I don't know about Cory in the story or Kamala. Is it okay at this point to say Kamala Tatiana Harris? Like I know there's a cougar and a zaddy phenomenon, but Willie was 63 when she was 30, and she got 2 cushy jobs worth over 6 figures, and he bought a new BMW, and they said they wasn't really doing nothing. And then Willie was like, we dated, so what? She climbed the ladder. Last I checked, Willie gave her a job because they dated, and Willie's wife ain't mine, which is fine. Live your life. I ain't hating on you, Kamala. But I'm also not saying you should be the president. I mean, everybody falls short, but everybody ain't running for president. I can have cousins that smoke crack, but if they was running for president, I mean, I tell them to put the pipe down anyway. But if they run for president, I say, oh, it's out the question. It's out the question. Is that straight? Is that out the question? Out the question. 2 for 5. No, out the question. Out the question. They said most presidents want 2 terms. I just want 2 for 5. That'd be the slogan. And I'd be like, bruh, I don't think you would. Pookie for president. We're not doing that, right? So if you want to be out there, right? Tatiana, Kamaliana, right? If you be out there like that, that's fine. Get your bread. Cardi B said the same thing. She was out here doing what she had to do. Lord only knows how she got it at Sue's. So I feel you. You left Howard and managed to not marry a black man. I don't know how you're a miracle, right? You did it. Somebody said Lions Kamala, right? I'm going to give you something different, though. There's a TED Talk that discusses duping delight. Who knows about duping delight? You could duping delight. Duping delight is when they lie to the police or to the reporters and they start to smile because they're so happy that they're getting over on people that you could see sometimes through the false account, people's joy in the fact that they're being, you know, the smartest person in the room and everybody's falling for they BS basically. It's called duping delight. Matter of fact, I should get something on there. I won't play nothing, but I will definitely I'll try to see if I can get a link in the room later, or I'll Google it. You just type it. Type duping delight TED Talk, and I think it's called How to Spot a Liar. Yeah, con artistry, right? But I'll find a TED Talk for y'all. But it's duping delight, and you can see it. There's one young lady in the video. It's eerie. She was responsible for killing her children. Her children were bleeding to death in the backseat of the car, and she said that some black man did it or something. Somebody had attacked them, and she's in the interview talking about how she couldn't save her children, and they were bleeding and choking and coughing up blood. And at the end of the interview, she gets this eerie, nasty, little creepy, demonic smile. But it's duping delight. And I'm telling you what to watch. If you watch Kamala Harris, where she first announced her presidency, if you remember that video, watch that. Watch the duping delight. I'm going to help y'all out tonight. Oh, you're going to see it from a whole new angle that you ain't never think about it before. When you think Kamala Harris, you're going to think duping delight. And I promise you, you're going to get the chills when you watch the video of the lady smiling after she was lying about her children, talking about she was trying to race to get to a hospital because somebody had attacked her children. Turned out she was the one who murdered them and didn't want them to live or be saved. But she was in this interview her face talking about how much she loved them. So duping delight, TED Talk, How to Spot a Liar. Then watch Kamala Harris's announcement to be president. At the end of her talking about whatever scripted little teleprompter talk she gives, she steps back and she goes, "So let's do this." Like, if you ever been in the club, that's why I'm saying that, you know, Kamalaniana, right? For President Kamiana. Yeah, so she's on some, it's real thottish, but the point is she's almost like happy she got through it. It's almost like a child who does their lines and didn't know if they'd be able to do their lines right. So once they finish with the act, they have like a release of genuine euphoria. So she's like, and then we're president, and then we need a crunchy in our country, and I'm sort of like Barack Obama, but I'm really not. And I locked black people up for 25 years, but who cares, right? And she's like, so let's do this. And she had this moment where she's all, and I'm like, look at that. She's happy that she got people fooled, like as if she wasn't just spending the past quarter century locking people up. So duping delight, TED Talk, How to Spot a Liar. And then you go from that to Kamala Harris's first announcement of being president. And you're going to see that people don't even believe what they're saying, but they're happy and they really joyous in the fact that people are buying it. I could smell a liar a mile away. Thank you. Thank you. I'm putting TED Talk. I'm gonna tell you the full title. So I'm gonna tell you the lady to look for. So you can make sure you get the name right. Because I don't want it to be two videos about the same phenomenon. You be like, I didn't see the video you were talking about, and you're gonna be hating on me. Fly Nubian Queen, Pamela Meyer. Pamela Meyer. I'm gonna type her name right there for you. Pamela Meyer, How to Spot a Liar. Pamela Meyer, How to Spot a Liar. You watch that video, and the one I'm looking at only has like 18 minutes. So and it has duping delight on there. There you go. Pamela Meyer. I'm typing in. Pamela Meyer, How to Spot a Liar. And then you watch that video. And then you watch Kamala Harris announce her presidency. And you will spot a liar. Because I'm going to give you the tools on how to spot the liar. Then I'm going to send you to the video with the liar doing her acting debut. Unless it was acting like she liked Cardi B and wore Converse. She don't listen to Cardi B like that. She ain't thorough enough to listen to Cardi B. Listen to one song for 4 minutes when her white aide was trying to get black people to like her, thinking that we was going to care what she listened to, even though she's been locking black people up for the past 25 years. And locking parents up. I'm not saying don't intervene and the parents shouldn't be held accountable for children. But anybody who studies the history of the Rockefeller drug laws and underserved communities and how people are sometimes working 2 and 3 jobs, some people don't even see their moms baby working at night like that. Like, come on now, you're going to lock these parents up because the kids... How to Spot a Liar, Pamela Meyer. It's in the room. Type that in, and then you watch Kamala. Y'all got it. So who we feeling then? Joe Biden, I would say, is 2 days away. I'll give him 2 days. With the boy who killed Nipsey, I gave him a number of hours. They done caught him, right? Nipsey Hussle, the suspect, has been apprehended, right? And they was killing the family members in the meantime. 2 of the cousins already got shot and hit up. So, but with Joe, the fact that there's so many Republicans that would love to tell their story, I'm not saying it's not politically motivated, but it can be politically motivated and also a true account. So Joe could have smelled on the wrong Republican's hair. And now they like, I'm going to wait. Matter of fact, I'm going to wait till Joe actually runs. I'm going to let him defend himself, let this die down. Then I'm going to save the next wave of accusers till right before the debates. Because that's how people play. People say, no, let him deal with this pressure right now. If you just say something now, it's like Kavanaugh. They might not be able to keep track of the accusations and they wouldn't hit the same. You want to be able to pull that punch all the way back, full extension. Bang, right? You pull it all the way back and bang, you don't be just tat-tat, that tat-tat, it might not have the same impact, right? So some people, they might have a smoking gun on Joe. The way, right? Might be some young people watching, right? They have that dress with the forensic evidence, right? So Ken Starr, Linda Tripp had the tapes. They had access or knowledge about this dress, but they let him get in there and say, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. It was long distance loving. And then they said, no, you caught, and her dress all stained up. Who did this then, Bill? Who did this? See, you should have paid the bill for the dry cleaner bill, and now you got to chill, Bill, for real, Bill. And then they said the stains on there still, Bill. And he felt trapped like Kill Bill. No, FlyNubianQueen.com, FlyNubianKingTV.com. Make sure you listen live and or log on. 31996 is where you text Queens. And if you want to get your business right, FlyNubianBusiness.com. You want to get your money right, FlyNubianMoney.com. Make sure after the Pamela Meyer How to Spot a Liar, you go and check out Kamala. Because my thing is, it is completely disingenuous. I appreciate it's Tammy Holloway. I appreciate what you're saying because something just didn't seem to sit right. You know how people have a likability? It's a big category for politicians. For me, it was, I think, Castro, what's the boy named? Buttigieg. And there's one other person who just seemed more likable. Even Tulsi Gabbard, she seemed more one-faced, if that's a term. Like Kamala looks like Kamala looks like the type of girl that'll compliment your outfit, but you know that when you leave, she's gonna talk bad about it. Like, girl, look at you. You looking all cute. And the second you walk through the door, she think that fit. You know what I'm saying? She seemed like one of them. Like Lindsay Lohan, mean girl on steroids, right? I gotta talk to some people from Howard or something. We gotta get in contact with people who went to school with her. Because we need the truth. So creepy crime Bill Biden done talked about super predators. I'm worried about protecting our family, those people. He talked that Hillary talk. Right now, we got to cordon them off and all that. He was talking. He was against busing. Do y'all remember how he treated Anita Hill and her testimony, mishandling the whole situation with Anita Hill and Clarence Thomas when he was the head of the Judiciary Committee? I know somebody in the room somebody was back there. Come on now. I got some grown folks in here tonight. So especially to my sisters, to the black women out there, I just named you at least 3 instances that would give a black woman cause for pause with Joe. Anita Hill's already up there. Look like she about to start shaking. The whole world is watching her. Victim blaming at an all-time high. Me Too movement nowhere in sight. All the so-called feminists left her for dead to testify for herself. There wasn't no major marches for Anita Hill back then. Now everybody want to absorb all the black woman energy they can because they scared that they're going to get down with their own men and really cause a revolution. But no, back then they was like, no, we ain't helping no black woman. And it's a black man that did it. Y'all, that's y'all stuff. Y'all work that out. Hopefully he don't get the nomination and you get disgraced. 2 for 1. Like when a black man gets shot, another black man goes to jail for life. The Klan just happy. I remember how he treated horrible, right? Chris Scott treated her horribly. You got a white man who don't know how to treat a sister. So the black woman vote should be out the window. And as black men, anybody that can't respect black women shouldn't get our vote. Us nation's only as strong as this woman. If you with a lady, I don't care if it's my sister. If you try to walk up on her like she's single, you didn't ask if we was family first. I don't care how much we look alike. I'd be offended just for principle. Because you just violating me without even finding out what the situation is, what's going on. Right? So you don't know how we feel about our sister. Now you're going to know when you try to get us to go to them polls and we like, no, Joe. With that Fat Joe, you got to go, Joe. You got to go, Joe. You got to. Shout out to Fat Joe with the Flow Joe. No, seriously. I remember. That's right. I remember too. I remember the 94 crime bill. I remember his fiascos with healthcare. I remember him talking about those people and super predators. I remember him sniffing people's hairs and rubbing children's faces and grabbing everybody's shoulders. And the one lady said he pulled her head close and Eskimo kissed her, put his nose all up. I don't want your snot all on my upper lip. Joe, if you don't back up, I'm so surprised somebody ain't uppercut Joe. Lucky wasn't no Ronda Rousey type system. He's like, boo-boo. She said, I thought he was going to kiss me. That's what she said. I thought he was going to kiss me. He grabbed the back of the lady head, the second accuser. And I'm not saying it's not politically motivated, y'all. I'm saying it can be both ends. And I say we, as a community, need to be kick rocks, Joe. You got to go. We got to be, as a community, very mindful of how we strategize. We have to employ and implement a process of elimination and approach this political landscape in one of the most pragmatic, non-emotional ways that we've ever addressed politics before as a people since emancipation. This election cycle is not a game. It is not a popularity contest. It is not sponsored and written by Mona Scott. This is not reality TV. It's not about who you don't like. None of that nonsense. This is warfare. Politics is war without bloodshed. And as Sister Soldier said, salute to Sister Soldier, we are at war. So I'm joking, but I'm not playing. I'm joking, but I'm not playing. Fly Nubian Queen TV, Fly Nubian King TV, FlyNubianQueen.com, FlyNubianKingTV.com. Make sure you listen live like you are right now, bow, or later on you log on. And text Queens at 31996. Make sure you stay in the mix. Hit like, subscribe, and share. That's right. Warfare. We here for real. Yeah. And you can get your money right. FlyNubianMoney.com. Get your business right. FlyNubianBusiness.com. Get your shopping popping. ShopFNQ.com. You know how we do. That's bomb. But check it out. We need to find, if Joe's not even in the race and he's facing more scandal than the other 15 candidates put together, ain't that something about? Joe Biden has had more negative publicity. Oh, he's been around longer. Man, we got to be pragmatic now. You coming in here with a lot of baggage, Joe. We don't need Me Too. Me Too ain't even in the party right now. There's not one Democratic candidate that Me Too is gunning for right now. Here you come bringing Me Too. That's like somebody run to your house, but they getting chased by the cops. Don't bring them up in here. They're going to end up seeing something. Yep. That's like you getting chased by the cops and you run up in my house. Dog, leave me out of this, bro. Stay where you at. Talk to them outside now. Joe Biden running to the Democratic Party talking about they behind me. Me Too behind me. Open the door. They like, no, stay outside. You ain't even in the race. Now you got to be like, oh, TK, I did the race, right? No, but seriously, Joe Biden is he on the road again. Willie Nelson. Oh my gosh, Joe's just they say travel off into the sunset. Get your Capitol Hill pension with your great benefits that nobody else gets, even though y'all make decisions to close the government down and Flint still got brown water with neurotoxins. Go off and just enjoy your little retirement. I don't know, do you a memoir. You know how y'all do. Y'all write some dry, lame, boring memoir. Somebody open up a factory and buy all the copies of your books. It could be a bestseller, you know, like allegedly Oprah Winfrey did with her book. They said she bought out a warehouse and bought her own book to put it on the bestsellers list. Allegedly. Do all that. Get you a couple $1 million in a book deal. Say some stuff about Obama that nobody knows, but it won't stop him from being your friend. Cash out. It's time to, you ever have a friend in the casino to talk about, if you see me here for over an hour, if I come to you for this money, don't give me this money. No matter what I say, don't give me this money. And then they come to you ready to fight you. They ready to knuckle up, talking about some, give me my money. It's my money. You like, you told me to hold it. You said don't give it to you. Come on, you tripping right now. How are we going to get home? Don't you got rent to pay? Think about your kids. And I'm thinking about winning. My machine is warm. So if I was Joe Biden, I would say, bruh, it's time to go home. I think it was a song by EPMD. They said, you overdid it, Holmes. You done sniffed too many scalps. I mean, you had too much to drink. Somebody said that happened to me, right? You be telling people, hold my money, and if I ask for it, do not give it to me, no matter what I say. And you ready to fight your aunt at the end of the night. You be calling out her name. You on the cameras, ready to be on World Star Hip Hop, because somebody won't let you go broke and won't give you your debit card back. I'm so old. I was about to say Mac card. Shouts out to the East Coast. I was about to say give you your Mac card back. No. Somebody. They be like, hold my wallet. I'm just gonna use the cash, but don't let me spend no more than 400. Don't let me spend no more. And it'd be like the first hour, they be dead broke talking about something. Stop playing. No, seriously, all I need is 100. They sound like they tweaking, right? They sound like one of them smokers trying to make a deal with their own family. Talking about something. I'll bring your TV back. No, 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 Joe. Joe got to go. So this is what I need y'all to tell me though. As a community, we arguing about reparations. We arguing certain non-negotiables. We standing for tangibles 2020. Who should we be speaking with? Who should we be listening to? We can get involved in people's campaigns at a grassroots level, and that can give us some access to insights to even tell the family the type of conversations going on. I'm talking about even like on some infiltration level. If we end up going with Bernie, we need a lot of people on the ground seeing who's the racist, who's the pro-Israel but not pro-reparations. Like, we need to know. Heard about the law? What's the law? Tell me the law, Tammy. Hit me with the law. We can talk that talk. There should be a law against Joe Biden sniffing on scalps and rubbing children's shoulders and faces like he working hands in stone or something. Joe Biden need to charge $80 an hour the way he be rubbing on shoulders and backs. But Joe Biden look like he got some hot stones in his pocket. He about to pull out some lavender oil. Mr. Miyagi. Remember when Karate Kid? Remember Daniel's son got kicked. He was like, do the trick, Mr. Miyagi. And Mr. Miyagi was like, no, just give up. You've been good. You fought good, Daniel's son. He was like, do it, Mr. Miyagi. And Mr. Miyagi was like, oh, the hell with it. He rubbed it. That be Joe Biden. Joe Biden got the creepy feng shui. I touch your shoulders and smell your head. You shouldn't have your kid around me. Don't you know I'm creepy crime Bill Biden? Oh my goodness. Who we moving on to, y'all? I'm joking, but I'm not playing. Don't let this man in there. He'll hire Podesta. I wouldn't let Podesta babysit my dog. Podesta looks so creepy. I wouldn't let him what do you call it? Pet sit? Is that what it's called? Pet sit? When somebody watch your dog? What is it? Show me the law. Pedophile, that's it. Oh, pedophile, that is it for Joe. It's done. So Kamala's a liar. Joe is creepy. What we doing with Bernie then? What we doing? We need to talk to these candidates. We started with Crime Bill Biden, but we need that. The conversation need to get serious. Because how about this? I don't even know if there's anybody in the room tonight that can name all the people. Who think they can name all 15? Who think they can? And that's a problem in itself. That means we need to have that conversation. 15 presidential candidates. Because I know about 6. No, I know more than that only because I've been looking them up, though. I don't know them because I really know them. The top 15 presidential candidates of 2020, they ranking them. I'm going to give you some of these names. No. They was named people they thought was going to run. That was just corny. Yeah, no, that's early. See, that's the thing, too. Back in the day, they were predicting Eric Holder was going to run. They were predicting Hillary Clinton was going to run. Right? I'm just now thinking of people who didn't even end up running. They had Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, and Eric Holder like in top spots. They had them in top spots. Now is Pete Buttigieg, whatever you say it. Pete Buttigieg, Cory Booker, Julian Castro, John Delaney. When I think John Delaney, I think MEH. When you see him, you'll know what I'm talking about. You remember when Trump was talking about low energy Jeb? When you see John Delaney, right? Tulsi Gabbard, Kristen Gillibrand, Kamala Harris, John Hickenlooper. Tell me y'all knew who that was. Bernie too old. Well, Biden too old too, right? Well, he creepy anyway. But how many of y'all know John Hickenlooper? You know why he can't win? Because his name is John Hickenlooper. Ain't nobody saying Hickenlooper. Ain't nobody have a president like that. Ain't nobody say President Hickenlooper. That name is just whack. How you gonna be? Never heard of him. Exactly. His name sound like his name sound like a pejorative. Like his name sound like an epithet. His name sound like you cussing somebody out. Like if somebody was like, if Joe Biden was up on my scalp while I was trying to take a picture, I could see me saying, if you don't get your Hickenlooper hands off of me. His name sound like you fussing at somebody. if Joe Biden was on my scalp, I'd be like, if you don't get your Hickenlooper, if you don't stop Hickenloopering, if you y'all, somebody call the police. You got Hickenlooper over here. Like, it sounds like something you deserve to be locked up for. One was jaywalking, one was Hickenloopering, one was playing hooky. We got them all. We got them all. Oh, it's like hooky and interloper and hooker, interloop and Hickenloop. Okay, I was done. Jay Inslee, Wayne Meesum. Is that how I say it? Y'all know Wayne Meesum? Hold up, I'm gonna type his name so y'all can see it. Y'all know Wayne is black? Did y'all know that? Y'all know like a real black man was? I mean, oops, sorry, Corey. A black man was running. Did y'all know that? I don't need to put the links in. Y'all can just Google and their website comes right up. Hickey Looper. Oh, that's crazy. Hickey, you look like, but yeah, so check out Wayne Meesum. I mean, he's not gonna win because Trump done got this white nationalism leaking into the moderates and the liberals low key. So I don't know. We might be able to get a pocket full of hot stones on your shoulders. Pocket full, what Goliath. David and Goliath. He can change his name to David Biden, right? He got some smooth stones. I got 3 smooth stones, one for each shoulder and one for your spine, while I sniff your head from behind. You Hickenlooper, you know. Okay. No name candidates: Jay Inslee, Amy Klobuchar. Really? What's a Klobuchar? Matter of fact, Amy Klobuchar was a prosecutor too. All these people try to reinvent themselves, spending all this time locking up black people primarily, disproportionately, and then try to talk about, I'm going to lead all the people. You was leading us into cells. The last way to try to get somebody to not act like an animal is to put them in a cell. You Cajun people talking about act right now. You act right in a, man, put me in a mansion. Okay, Beto O'Rourke, Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, Bill Weld. I might have to click that because I don't even remember that. Marianne Williamson, remember she was talking to Oprah about the great force in the universe. And now I could be the president. Andrew Yang. I'm looking at Bill Weld. Oh, Bill Weld. He's done, what he do? Environment and stuff. Weld is focused as presidential run on criticism of President Donald Trump's personality. That's not doing anything. He served as governor of Massachusetts from 1991 to 97. Oh, I might look up his age too. When was he born? We might, because if y'all disqualifying people for age, we're gonna keep it consistent. Some of them, I love my AAR peeps and everything. I love my AAR peeps. I asked the elders for permission to speak. 73. What's the cutoff? That's Johnny tell me too. What's the cut? What is too old to be president right now? And I know Bernie old is different than Biden. Because Bernie old, you would hear him coming up behind you. Bernie old, you could like his knees would be creaking. If the weather is cold, he'll be complaining and grunting inside. You know, sometimes old people just be grunting inside their chest. That's too. Oh, come on, you can't say 60. Come on, Vinny. I mean, hey, that's like half the field. You only letting Corey. How old is Kamala? 56. 56. That was Willie said. Willie Brown said she's 56. Oh gosh, I gotta get these ages in here. I'm gonna look at Kamala Harris' age. Kamala Harris. Fly Nubian Queen, FlyNubianKing.com, FlyNubianKingTV.com. Make sure you log on. Text Queens at 31996 to make sure you stay in the mix. If you want to get your money right, FlyNubianMoney.com. Want to get your business right, FlyNubianBusiness.com. Make sure you. Oh, she's only 54. Okay, so Corey is 49. Kamala is 54. Bernie is 77. Elizabeth Warren is 69. Okay. I feel it. Okay. 54. That's young. Maybe she got time to stop lying. Oh gosh. Okay. So this is my thing. You remember when Morgan Freeman, they allege, touched the small of the young lady's back and told an off-color joke. And in Hollywood, he was like the voice of God. Linda Fields, okay. Some people say Stacey Abrams need to jump in that vice president. She was saying she don't want to be second fiddle. She just trying to get a Georgia seat back, I guess. I want my spot back. Take two. Philosopher named Biggie Small said that. I think I don't know. I'm not in Stacey Abrams' camp or nothing, but I think she might do herself a service considering. It was like the Sarah Palin effect. It just puts you on a different platform as far as exposure. You know, to be talked about on the national stages, it gives you that national presence. So then when you do something local, at least for the money raising component, for the fundraising aspect, you're a national name now. You're not a regional name. You don't need to rely on national names to help you secure funding, but you can actually, you know. Now, Stacey. So give me the best ticket, y'all. Come on, help me out. Start it up, Vanita. Help us out. Who's the ticket that could win? Because I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Sexism is alive and well, and popping, and racism. If you think for a minute that white men are gonna put a white man in office as the first husband, and let a black woman rule the nation while a white man is the first husband, if you don't know that there's a whole lot of moderates and so-called liberals that are not going to support that, and you will see a repeat of the Bradley effect where people say they're going to vote for Kamala and they'll go in them polls, and just like they did with Trump, they will surprise us. Ain't too many moderate to conservative white men I know that's going to have the white man sitting at home while the black woman runs the nation. You talking about qualifications, track record, I don't know, rhetoric, platform. There's a whole lot of people. No tangibles, no reparations, no vote. That's what I'm talking about. Who? Okay, let's talk then. Who you think we got the best chance of breaking or getting through to? We could shift the question to that, right? We can stand our ground, have some non-negotiables, but we still got to survey the landscape and see where it's most logical and most effective for us to strike. We need to strike where it's effective. So Bernie is supporting Israel and not reparations. Kamala talking about she will get a teachers a raise, 13,000 a piece, 350 billion over the course of 10 years, 30 years. What's she gonna do, right? Right? So who? Or even this, do we need to introduce somebody who's not in the field? They talk about Joe Biden, he's not in it. Maybe we can talk about somebody that's not in it. The presence, well, I guess Michelle Obama. That's the only name I could think of, yeah. The only name I could think of that could beat Trump and also would actually probably do more for us than Barack. Michelle Obama, I trust, would end up doing more for black people than Barack, bomb less sovereign African nations, would democratically elected leaders, less of them be assassinated. Shouts out to Gaddafi, shouts out to Saddam Hussein, all that, right? If it was all about intervening, somebody might come and intervene on us right now for what's going on with Russia and be like, Trump don't deserve to be president. We're going to come into y'all area and do what y'all do when y'all come to other people's area. And we'll be like, oh, no, that's just a one-way thing. She don't like us, but we get more out of her than Obama. I think she'd do more even just for Chicago. I think Michelle's bond to Chicago is different than Barack Obama's usage of Chicago. I'll make it plain. I'll say it how I see it. Barack Obama was able to skillfully use Chicago. When it came time to throw his pastor under the bus, he had no problem. I think Michelle would at least be conflicted. I think you see, you all the way there, president, and your hood ain't different. Like, if I go gold out in these streets, if I'm a SoundCloud rapper that goes gold, like if I was in college as an undergrad and I won a couple rap contests, the whole suite is eating different tonight. You thought you was oodles and noodles, but guess what? Order the General Tso's chicken, right? You're going to feel it immediately because I leveled up and everybody that's with me going to feel it. Started from the bottom, now we here. You know, say put that oodles and noodles in some Tupperware. Right? Later on, because I got money to share. No, seriously though. You telling me you was in the president's seat for 8 years and I'm going back to where your wife grew up and I don't see it. It should be like when Giuliani changed 42nd Street and Broadway and all that. And Disney and all that. They went from having ladies of the night to having Disney and not from neon lights to skylines. Like, oh, it was beautiful, right? Giuliani did all kind of dirt to get it there. But as far as the aesthetics, I'm talking about the aesthetics, not the opportunity, not the treatment of black people, nothing like that. Stop and frisk and all that nonsense is crazy. Don't be so quick to judge Joe Biden sniffing people's heads Free think media. That's what I'm talking about. And what I think is that if we exercise that level of non-negotiable collective restraint, what Malcolm called political maturity in the ballot or the bullet, I think that we will send shockwaves through not just the internet, not just the national community with regards to electoral politics. I think we will send shockwaves through the world. Same way that the Haitian Revolution did in Haiti, right? In 1804, everybody started taking notice, right? Thomas Jefferson was like, what? Black people cutting off white people's heads? What? They raising up? What's this I hear about this juju and this voodoo? What are these Orishas I hear so much? They was like, wait a minute, I'm scared. Because we outnumbered over here on our plantations in the South. We out here on our plantations in the South. If they did that in Haiti, they might do the same thing in Virginia. We got to watch ourselves. Now, if black people in America, some of the most persuasive, innovative, influential, internationally African people throughout the diaspora, right? The diaspora. If we said we taking a stand as black people and we not gonna let nobody turn us around, and if you're not going to concede to our demands, we will shut this thing down. Like Malcolm said, we decide who goes to the White House or who goes to the doghouse. So if the Democrats ever want to win an election again, they better start talking serious talk to people who want reparations. It's sort of like when you're in the jewelry store back in the day, you'd be negotiating with the Russians or the Asians or the Armenians, and then they'd be like, this is the lowest I can go. Or the Puerto Rican boy be like, hey, Papi, this is the best I can do, my friend, right? And then you'd be like, well, I'm leaving. And you don't really want to leave, but you at least turn around. I'm not saying we don't want to vote ever, but at least we got to turn around for a minute and be like, talk to me nice. Talk to me, like Meek said, talk to me nice. I'm talking reparations. We not having the same conversation. I'm talking reparations, and you not the same conversation. Yeah, I need the same conversation when I'm talking reparations. Though we gotta keep you waiting, and we not with all that hating. No, seriously though, you gotta stand for something. You heard it be said. You heard it be said before. If you give away the milk, ain't nobody buying that cow. And the ladies might have heard it. Maybe some fellas didn't hear it. You too busy trying to get all the milk you can get. So if we keep giving this vote away for free, I said the votes is free. Reparations cost money. Oh yeah. I said the votes can't be free because reparations cost money. Oh yeah. So we got to be like, yo, you got to come up off something. You got to break bread. You got to bust it down. You got to pill, man. Come on, man. You really about to have the biggest wealth transfer in the history of humankind, $68 trillion from the baby boomers going into the hands of their descendants. And since there's more women than men, I would argue the primary beneficiary of this affirmative action will be young white women. Young white women going to get the lion's share of the $68 trillion, but we arguing about $4 to $5 trillion. They're going to give that right away. The baby boomers about to check out. They call it the Great Wealth Transfer. $68 trillion going to be given from the baby boomers to the next generation. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? But they looking at us like we saying something. They say, oh, you can't give reparations. That'll stop the whole economy. First of all, it's over like the course of 10 to 30 years, like Randall Robinson in the book The Debt by Randall Robinson, What America Owes to Blacks, right? So don't play like that. It's all relative. They about to hand each other $68 trillion, but they beefing about us getting $4 to $6 trillion over like a 10 to 30 years span. See how slick people are? Sit there with more than that and as pocket change nationally that they sitting on. Collectively, they sitting on more than that. 68, they got $68 trillion, not counting what they spending now for their own life. They're gonna have that left over when they done living and doing what they gotta do just to pass on to the next person. $68 trillion, but they're gonna go moan and complain about black people who worked for 250 years practically with nothing and still had to go through convict leasing and the Homestead Act after the Head Right program, after enslavement, after convict leasing. There was still lynching in the White Cappers and the White Citizens Council and the Ku Klux Klan. And even after that, there was redlining and housing discrimination. And after all the lynch mob, like the book, The 100 Years of Lynching by Ginsburg details, or Without Sanctuary, and the documentary Slavery by Another Name that talks about the 80 years of convict leasing that takes us from 1865 roughly to 1941. And you know about the death of Jim Crow and the story about who the man that killed Jim Crow and all the fighting that had to be done from the Pullman Porters to Henry Bishop Turner, McNeil Turner, and Martin Delaney and all these people who had to fight like Marcus Garvey through the 30s and the 20s, 30s, and 40s. All these great men that stood up, and then you had the 60s. We had people like Stokely Carmichael, Malcolm X, Medgar Evers, Ella Baker, and even before that, you had people like Ida B. Wells. Like all this fighting we had to do. domestic workers couldn't get access to Social Security, and agricultural workers, people disproportionately of color couldn't get access to Social Security. And in the GI Bill, we couldn't get access to the GI Bill, came home after fighting and freeing all these Nazi camps, everything else, and fighting in Nam, and they came back home and they were spitting on these men and women. There's so many levels to this reparation thing. Even with these domestic workers, Shirley Chisholm's mother was a domestic worker, and they told stories about how the white women would set the clocks back and make them work an extra hour and play all them kind of games. Not to mention, shouts out to Tammy, all the land that was stolen. And in the case of reparations, the Ta-Nehisi Coates article in Atlantic, they talked about this history of plunder, where the Klan would come to your farm and say, you either sell it or we might have to take it. So you could live to enjoy the little bit that we give you, or you could stay here and whatever happens, happens. And that's how the brother that he was focused on that piece got to Chicago and ended up having to rent the house on contract, because back then only white people could buy the houses. Then he would try to rent them out to the black people on contract for twice as much. He ended up paying for the same property twice. And that's the origin of this whole slumlord relationship by these whites, in large measure, disproportionately Jewish people, owning these properties and renting them out to black people and not fixing them up and making them pay twice as much. So we need reparations for that too. Mass incarceration, Iran-Contra. The president was working in conjunction with the military to bring drugs into the community that caused death. Is that murder? Is that manslaughter? Is that accessory to a crime? Whatever it is, we deserve reparations for that. When we talk about situations where COINTELPRO and federal agencies was actually neutralizing, discrediting, and giving disinformation campaigns to the people who are citizens with constitutional rights to freedom of assembly, they was coming down Cecil B. Moore Avenue here in Philadelphia, marching Panthers out naked. They was dropping bombs on organizations like the MOVE organization, May 13th, 1985, Osage Avenue. We need reparations for that. We need reparations for the political prisoners still languishing in prison cells. We need reparations for that. There was something called the Rockefeller drug laws, which disproportionately, just for having a little bit of crack cocaine, they were sentenced this. Like, we need reparations for that. There was something called the Tuskegee experiment, where they gave these men syphilis, let it run wild in their bodies, even though they had access to penicillin, even though they're Holmesburg prison. There's a book called Acres of Skin. There's a book called Medical Apartheid that details medical experimentation on African Americans from colonial times to now. We need reparations for that. There's disproportionately men and women who went to service, who were put on the front lines and often given suicide missions, like detailed in the movie Glory. And if you read the book Blood Brothers or saw that documentary, then you know a lot of times we were like cannon fodder since Crispus Attucks. We need reparations for that. Voting rights disenfranchised and making us recite the preamble to the Constitution just to vote. Busting our heads open on the Pettus bread, and making sure that our tax dollars that went to putting the water in these hoses sprayed our grandmothers, the tax dollars that bought the dog food that kept these dogs strong and healthy, would bite the private parts of young men and little boys and girls when you was abusing us. Simple assault is when you pour milk on somebody at a lunch counter in Woolworth and then you spit on them and call them the N-word. That's an assault. We need reparations for all the assaults from all the sit-ins of pouring spaghetti, spitting on them and splashing their face with milk and yanking them off the seats and dragging them down streets. We need reparations for that. Did we get to what happened on the continent? Because the way y'all playing it, something can happen in Germany for 6 years and y'all can give people reparations here. So now you set a standard where even things that happen internationally away from your country, you can still feel guilty for some odd reason and feel like the people who live here need to pay. So you got black people paying into the Camp David Fund and the right of return and the nation state of Israel, and we're paying for defense. And our tax money goes to support Israel because something you did to them somewhere else. So if that be the case, we need to go to Berlin. We need to go to Belgium and talk about King Leopold and the Congo. We need to talk about the gypsies and the African Americans during the Nazi regime. We need to talk about apartheid South Africa. We need to talk about the sugarcane fields in Haiti and in Jamaica. Like, we need reparations for all that. Let's get to the genocide of the Tasmanians and the Aboriginals being displaced and being assaulted and their population being reduced. Let's talk about forced sterilization. We need reparations for that. Let somebody tell you about slavery again and just boil up and check them with a chronology that the type that I get from the great Dr. Molefi Kete Asante. Say, you got to start with chronology. When you break it down like this, all they do is get ready to shut up and leave you alone, then try to silence you like the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Once they see that you on point and dealing with them right and exact, and you could prove in no limited time how you could knock the brains out of falsehood with just an ounce of dose of truth. Like, once you on point and you study the lessons and you mastered mathematics and you dealing with actual facts, people be like, oh man, there's nothing I can do with this brother but tell him to slow down, be quiet, calm down, and shut up, or just neutralize him. You ain't getting no way, no how. You ain't getting a word in edgewise. What did Mike Tyson say after he beat that bull? My defense is I'm impenetrable. I want to eat his heart, right? Like it's a done deal, right? You know, try to do like you're not getting in on this. We can keep going. We didn't even mention the breeding farms. Didn't even mention the sex farms where children as young as 7 years old would be in what they call like a old style brothel, where these old white men, after they finish being around their wives, before they were with their wives, would come and have a selection of young boys and girls. Sex farms. Goodbye Uncle Tom had a depiction of that. Remember that movie Goodbye Uncle Tom? They had a depiction of that where the man comes in, it's a bunch of children just like adults. Bunch of little tiny prepubescent girls and boys running around with their shirts off and little scantily clad stuff, with these white men coming in there to have their way with them. Christopher Columbus said the primary ages that the men desired was 9 to 13. He told on them. He told on them. You hear a case of one person getting raped, they might offer $1 million. People are saying that reporter Khashoggi, they said his family might be entitled to almost $70 million. That reporter that went over there and got cut up and all that stuff. Remember Khashoggi? They said his family might be entitled to upwards of $70 million. So think in terms of enslavement. One person gets killed, you might owe 70 million or even 2 million, like with the case of when they shoot us on camera and nobody gets, So if one person gets shot, let's say, or gets killed during the enslavement period, gets whipped to death, accidental killing act. If you owe, because they always calculate hours worked. They calculated that 4 trillion by hours worked. This many people, sun up to sundown, can't see in the morning, can't see at night. It averages out to $4 trillion. They didn't do pain and suffering because that's a case-by-case basis. You got to hear the specifics of the case. So what would be the average? What's the average that people receive when somebody's murdered, when somebody's raped, when somebody's beaten? I know let me not talk too much, but you got to pay restitution. When you do stuff and they find out, you got to pay restitution. You hurt that person. You got to get them a check. So for every lash that a slave master ever hit a slave with, they need reparations for that. That's an assault. Every single time, it's an act of assault. So if every time you get assaulted, you do for 10 grand or 30 grand, 100 grand, we need reparations for that. The sex farms, the breeding farms, the abuse, the castrations, the whipping, the maiming, the burning, the hanging, right? The chaining, the muzzling, the dismembering, cutting people's feet off and all that. We need reparations for all that. The psychic trauma of watching your brother and your sister and your father dangle like strange fruit on the poplar tree. We need reparations for the psychological wherewithal, this post-traumatic slave syndrome that Dr. DeGroy so accurately articulates. We need reparations for that. There was no debriefing. There was no counseling. There was no herbalist they sent. There was no chiropractors. There was no psychiatrist, psychologist. There was no well-regulated militia. We were just out there to fend for ourselves and to live our lives the best way we can, having been given nothing, having everything being taken from us. FlyNubianQueen.com, FlyNubianKingTV.com. Make sure you listen live and you log on. Text Queens to 31996 and stay in the mix. Like, subscribe, share. That there, the button. You ain't doing that. And stop fronting. Okay, but seriously, you will get your shopping popping, shopfnq.com. And you got to think in terms of who's going to give us these reparations. Joe Biden was against busing like 30 years later. He was a grown man. Joe Biden was a grown man. It's different if you went to high school and you young and dumb and you like, I don't want black people coming here. You're a kid. You said something ignorant. You was raised racist. Joe Biden was a grown man. With these objections to busing, talking about a black kid sitting next to a white kid and this is just silly, He had no dog in the fight. He wasn't even in school. It sounds like you had a little issue with black people. There's a lot of racists that like a few black people. Racists go to basketball games all the time. Extremely racist people go to basketball games all the time, cheer on their favorite athlete, and even wear his jersey. Like a girl going to bed with a man's dress shirt on or something. You be booed up with LeBron, sitting with your long LeBron jersey dress, like Destiny's Child when they got booed in Philly, like with your jersey dress on, right? Like you got your little LeBron dress, a bunch of white boys coming to the stadium with LeBron James jerseys down to their knees, right? Like you little side joints, right? But the same people will drop a resume in the trash with a name like LeBron in a minute the next day. There's LeBron James. And then there's LeBron Jenkins. LeBron James, who knows what he can get out of them? I hate to speculate. because they just with it with LeBron. But LeBron Jenkins, without even being judged fairly, resume, boom, bow, boom, bip, 360 dunk. Bye, too black for me. That's like people that live on your block that think you cute till you turn like 13 and they got a daughter. I mean, when you're young and black, oh, they'll come all in your face. They'll be leaning in your stroller. Oh, he's so cute. Look at his little afro, his little hair. He was born with a full head of hair. Oh, we don't have that. Oh, that's amazing, right? Then your mom got to like hold him back, like chill out, Joe Biden, right? But then you get to be 13, and it's like, oh, I don't know if I want you hanging out with LeBron as much. I mean, I'm not to be racist or anything. That's when they're gonna be racist, right? So we got to look at these things. Who likes a few black people and who really likes black people, if any of these candidates? Because somebody might say, that's crazy. Joe Biden was hanging with Obama. He didn't like black people. No. Even the Klan was willing to meet with Marcus Garvey and vice versa. They have something in common. It don't mean we like each other. People tolerated Obama. They despise black people. There's people that hate black people right now. They voted for Obama. Just like back in the day, they would be at the Cotton Club watching all the black acts. They watch the black singers, the black dancers, the black tap dancers, and guess what? Go outside, and next week they'd be at a lynching and wouldn't miss a beat. And we'll leave the lynching and change for the night out and watch some black performers jump around the stage again. There was black people. You saw Do the Right Thing. He said they not, N-words basically. Michael Jordan and them, they different. They're the novelty Negroes. So Joe Biden might have felt like, yeah, I don't like black people, but this Obama guy is pretty cool. I don't like, but yeah, so I think we can close the file, close the political file on creepy crime Bill Biden. But I think Chris Hansen needs to open a file and catch a predator. No. Hold up. Chris Hansen, after the inauguration, Chris Hansen gonna be in the White House. You know Chris Hansen be in the people's houses when they don't know it? He be in the back room with the clipboard. Chris Hansen gonna be in the White House after the inauguration. Joe Biden gonna come walking in, talking about whose hair I'ma smell. I can tell them go to hell. I'm the president and I'm representing smelling scalps, right? He gonna be singing his little creepy theme song. I'm Creepy Joe, right? Okay, so I got your hair in my nose. Okay, so Joe gonna come to the White House, and Chris Hansen gonna be like, Chris Hansen always come back. Hold on, Chris Hansen be like this. Chris Hansen be like, sit down, have a seat. He come out of the clipboard like it's his house. Chris Hansen be like, no, have a seat. And they be trying to leave. They be like, you can leave if you want. Or the cops gonna be there. He'd be like, that I can't tell you. And he'd be knowing the cops outside. Joe Biden gonna be like, am I gonna get impeached? That I can't tell you. But we do have some video of you smelling a hell of a lot of scalps. No, we need to catch that predator. Because somebody know about Joe. There ain't no way. When you Google creepy Joe Biden on YouTube and watch the montage, of Joe Biden. If you can sit through it, I couldn't make it through the whole thing. There was one scene where the girl looked like she had to be like 11 years old. I'm like, yo, take your hands off this little girl, man. And the thing is, we get so irate about the Me Too and the Bill Cosby and R. Kelly. I just want to keep that same energy. And let's head it off before it happens, though. Why we always gotta wait till the most horrendous aspects of abuse occur, and we have this long sordid history of it? When you see the telltale signs that something's awry, let's just set it right. If you're not all the way a pedophile, fine. Keep your hands off her, and we won't think you are. Let's flee from the appearance of evil. And when it comes to that kind of stuff, just don't have your hands on. There's just a different vibe. Like, keep your hands off people. Just keep the people, man. They're not your kids, not your wife. Hide kids, hide your wife. Joe Biden's out tonight. Hide your kids, hide your wife. Joe Biden's out tonight. The president might be black, but you know that the House is white. Okay, so we need to figure this out. I'm going to do some research, and maybe next time I come on, I'll tell you who I think could win. And who, if we stand our ground, we'd have a chance to get some reparations out of. That's what crime Bill Biden. That's right. Creepy crime Bill Biden. Joe Creepy Crime Bill Biden. So we're talking about creepy crime Bill Biden. You fell for it. Trolls. They resent original loving leadership. They resent the original man on the planet Earth, the black man, the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, the father of the civilization, the God of the universe. That's all I needed was a little bit of pep. Don't let your haters fool you. Let your haters fuel you. Matter of fact, I might go make another video after this and just save it for a rainy day. Oh, we are on our way. When you bring the trolls out, you know you struck a nerve. Malcolm said when you throw a rock in a pack of dogs, the only one that barks is the one that got hit. So keep on yelping, Fido, and keep on sniffing scalps, Joe Biden, because ain't none of y'all gonna be doing nothing in 2020 but looking funny and being, like Red Fox would say, a big dummy. Shouts out to all the Fly Nubian Queens, Fly Nubian King TV. Y'all will never disturb me. All I do is read more and see more and believe more. But every time you try it, the trolls will never take control because you will not have power over my soul. Let it be known. You get that spirit-driven type of vibration when you start pushing, because they say pressure bursts pipes, but pressure also make diamonds. And I'm out here shining, baby. Follow the drip. They might drown in that way. The rapping professor, I don't know many that do it better, but if they do, they're on this station right here. FlyNubianQueens.com, FlyNubianKingTV.com. Make sure you listen live. Or you could log on. If you later, it could be that much greater. As crazy like a fox. Who do they call crazy? Martin Luther King, Lauryn Hill, Malcolm X, Albert Einstein, Thomas Edison, after he tried for the 500th time to get his light bulb right, even though he needed that filament from Lewis Latimer. The black man made that thing shine. But yeah, they call you crazy till you get it done and make it happen. So they called me crazy when I thought that I'd be on a platform like FlyNubianQueen.com, but look at me now. Hey, look at me now. Hey, look at me now. Hey, and seeing haters.